In this video, I'm going to teach you a move that allows you to control a card to the top or to the bottom, whichever you may prefer. The move that makes these controls happen is called the push under switch by J.K. Hartman. This comes out of his book Card Dodgery, which is just a fantastic book. Highly recommend it. The only thing that I've done to this switch is adapted it to a top and bottom control, otherwise not explained in that book, and I think you'll really appreciate it. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is what this move looks like. So we take a card, that person can touch one, maybe that one right there, the 5 of spades, and we'll put that somewhere in the middle, mix them all around, and it is on the bottom of the deck. So the cool thing here is that the top control looks the exact same way. There's no difference here. So we take a card, the king of spades here, something like this, mix them all around, and it is on top of the deck. Okay, so like the name suggests, it's a switch called the push under switch. So all you're doing here is deceptively switching a card for a different card. So this is what's happening here. So they touch a card, all right, and they just point to one like this, and you come up to show that face card of this spread, so remember that card. Now what's happening here is as you do that, notice that down here, these cards are already in a spread condition, so what you're going to do is easily now get a break under this top card here. Alright, you just do that as you push back, very easy to do, there's no really get ready because it's already there pushed over naturally. Alright, so when you show that card, it's going to look like you bring it down to here and put it onto there. All right, but what actually happens is, of course, you switch it for this card here. And this is the mechanics. This is exposed view. So you're like this, and you're going to pretend to take that card. And this thumb stroke, this brushing is very important, as if you're taking the card. But it leaves it behind. It just does nothing. It stays there. And in fact, you're going to do this. You're going to swipe right past that card, and instead pop up that card instead the card you have a break under. So you're like this. They touch a card, boom. They look at it. Notice how this already pushed over, push it back and get a break. Now when you come back down, you swipe that card, almost aligning it right a little bit like this. And the switch happens sort of like eye level. You don't want to do it right here because then they'll see that. You don't want to do it right here, openly, because they'll see that. It's about eye level where they can't really see the backs of the cards or the faces, right? So you're like this, swipe it across, take that card instead. Now notice, if I did this for real, if I actually took the 6 here, it looks the same, all right? So I actually took that 6 this time, all right? One more time. I, for real, took the 6, but if I did the switch, it looks the exact same way. It looks the same. So to control the card to the bottom of the deck, it's pretty easy because it's already on the bottom of that upper packet, right? So when you do the switch, you show the 9 of clubs, all right? Do the switch. You come over to put this card onto here, and then just push some more over. It's still right there already, so push some more over like this. Sort of do this, like mix some cards around, and it looks very convincing, right? But it's on the bottom of the deck. So one more time, boom, 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 and it's on the bottom of the deck. For the top control, it's a little bit different, but it still looks the same. There is one little detail that you'll have to sort of practice a little bit, all right? So this is the top control. So you show the card, do the switch like this, still put that card there, but since that card is already like side jogged a bit, what you do is you pin it on top of these cards here as you put them back on top. So you're like this. This is exposed view, boom. Do that as you push some more over on top there and do the same thing. I'll do it face up so you can follow it along a little bit better. All right, so they see a card, I'll turn it face up, the jack of spades here, boom. All right, you do the switch move like this. As you put that on, you just pin that. It's already right there anyway, so it's very natural. Pin that on there, push them over, and then do that sort of mixing move there, and it's on top of the deck. And for one move to accomplish both of those controls, I think it's pretty good. The main thing you want to practice and get down is the smoothness and sort of the like you don't care attitude, and then the sloppiness of this procedure. So you don't want to appear like you're studying the cards and like trying to be meticulous and like trying to put cards a certain way. Okay, here you don't want to be careful about it. You want to act like loose and put on your best Danny D. Ortiz impersonation. You could also control the card to a small number like 2, 3, 4 from the top or to the bottom like this. So again, you do the secret switch like this. Boom, there you are. Put that there. Throw some there. Maybe if you want a third from the bottom, just push over 2 cards, put them on the bottom, put those on top. So now the card is third from the bottom. Same thing goes for the top control. If you want it maybe third from top, same action. Queen of Hearts, do the move like this. So you're here, boom, that goes there. Push those over, push them on bottom, push over 2, do that. Now it's a third from the top. So here's a pretty cool trick you can do utilizing the bottom control. All right, so let's say somebody would pick a card like the King of Spades here, and we'll put it somewhere in the middle. You know it's about the middle because you just saw me put it there, but I want you to mix it up in a way that you couldn't possibly know. So the person is told to pick up a bunch of cards like this, so at least they have their card. Now you know it's somewhere in the middle, so cut off a little bit and put it back on top of there. Alright, so your card has to be somewhere in these cards. What I want you to do is mix them up and try to get it maybe close to the top as you can. Not necessarily on top, but maybe close to the top as you can get it, or a few cards away. And so they think to themselves, what number could it be from the top? And maybe they say, I don't know, 5 in this case. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Had you said 6, that would have been the 7 of clubs. Had you said 4, that would have been the 2 of hearts. But you said 5. And it is the King of Spades. Okay, so this trick uses a move called the force feed move, which, as you can imagine, has a lot of applications. So what you're going to do here is the bottom control. I take it on the bottom of the deck. We have the 7 of hearts. Boom, there it is. They can see it go in like this. Now, you're going to do sort of a interesting little thing here to convince them that they're going to put it somewhere near the top of the deck. So you ask them to pick up a bunch of cards, and you say, at least get your card within these cards. So they pick up a bunch like this. Now you say, you know what's somewhere in the middle, so we don't need the top card. So put it back on top of there. And this whole thing sort of feels like, you know, they're doing a bunch of cuts and sort of mixing the deck up a little bit. Now you say, try to get your card closer to the top. Mix it up a little bit like this. And when you feel that it's close to the top, stop doing that and put them on top of the deck. And then do that. But this whole time it's still on the bottom of the deck, right? So now you say, at what number did you feel like your card ended up? And maybe they say 7 in this case. So the force feed move looks like this. You get a break on the bottom card of the deck and get it to a thumb break. Okay, so now you start thumbing off cards. They said 7, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 very fairly. And they think that's going to be their card, which it will be here in a second. So you say, look, had you said 8, it would have been this card, and you thumb this card over, biddle stealing that card on top of this packet here, like this, with the aid of your pinky here. So that goes down, and you just add this card on top of that packet. And I like to use my pinky as an aid here, like this, to get that card on there. As it's happening, the cover is you taking that card off. Had you said 8, boom, do the steal, that would have been the 2. Now you loaded that card onto here, put that aside. Had you said 6, that would have been the 10. But you said 7, and they turned over into their card.